So anyways, I'm sitting at home watching the YouTubes, right? Looking for something to watch, and I check the stats, okay? Check the stats, and what do I see on the live? Got the live recourse there. Adding them up. 0 viewers. What that means is they haven't gotten there yet. Schneik. Holy shit. Oh, you're damn right. Echo. Yeah. Let's count that delay off. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Look at face. Look at that face. Face you want to kiss. A face you want to run from. Oh, there it is. Hey, I see that I got 1 viewer there. Oh, that might be me. Whoops. Whoops. I don't know why I'm watching this. The guy's not saying anything. I got an ugly face looking at me with teeth all over the place. What am I doing this for? The guy told me in the mall I was supposed to look at the flat earth. Why? Go on YouTube and do the YouTubes and, search it out and do the YouTubes. And I got nothing. What does a nosy pepper do? Get jalapeno business. What did he say? He gets jalapeno business. So it gets all up in my business. And son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. So the midget fortune teller who kills his customers is a small medium at large. Wow, this guy's funny. I think I'm going to have diarrhea. That's okay, son. Slow and steady wins the race. You just hang in there, huh? Huh? Huh. Bum, 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 bum. We care a lot. Vapor. That's some good nitrous, man. It's hard to do this, when you only got 12 customers. 12 subscribers, whatever you call that shit. It's tough, the word doesn't get put out there. You got to rely on good old Schwingy Dingy and the doodle bugs. What's this guy do? Every time he comes on, he starts making all these fucking noises and shit. What am I watching here? Wow, what happened to Google Hangouts? It's like a abandoned mall now. Sort of. Like an abandoned mall, that sort of thing. I don't know what you mean by that. Abandoned balls? Yeah, you're not funny, buddy. You're not funny, buddy. I see. Damn. Fucking son of a bitch. Maybe if you put your camera on and shut up. I know what's best. You got to rely on the flat earth lunchers. Hey, Sal, you want to go get a sandwich or something? We'll go listen to some flat earth videos in the car. We'll sit there. Yeah, that sounds good. I'm into that. Let's do that. I'm into that. Let's do that. Sounds like a system. Sounds like you got a plan. Let's go do it. Boom. Let's go do it up. All right. Let's get some Genovese, some gabagoola, and some salamis and some fucking cheese out. Let's go cheese out in the car. You got flat earths? Let's get some cold cuts. Get some flat earth videos and some cold cuts. Some nice bread. Fuck out of here. Give me that fucking phone. Give me that flat earth. What do we got? Fucking freak show house? What the fuck is this? Flat house? Haunted fuck face? What is this guy? What is that face? What? I don't know. How many subs does he have? 13? Turn it off. Oh, what's the matter? He wants to give him a chance, Like, who knows? He might, hey. So what happened to that other guy, right? Yeah. What's his name? D Marble? Fucking Marble Brain? D Marble's over there? He opened his Hangout up. He had 100 people watching within 4 seconds. How do you do that? 4 seconds, 100 viewers. 100 viewers, 4 seconds. How does someone do that? And maybe he buys them, right? I don't think so. Goof. So I heard you got banned from Nathan Oakley. Yeah. Banned from Nathan Oakley. Oh, how do you feel about that? I don't know if I can go on. What did I do? Hi. What did I do? All right, get on with the flat earth. Hey, why is this called flat earth, buddy? Hate this shit. All right, order for Harry Clinker. You know, I don't really appreciate people doing these chats and the live chat outs, they call them, the message boards, live message boards and stuff, the YouTubes. They put flat Earth in the title, and he ain't talking about flat Earth. Where's the flat Earth? Flat? Flat Earth. Why isn't it flat? What the fuck is wrong with him? Get him out of here. Turn him off. Get the David Cronenberg special going. That consciousness is his self, his eternal self, through which his omniscience, omnipresence, and omnipotence are expressed as he slowly becomes aware of their presence within him. Oh, I got answers. Hey, you ever heard that we live in a duality? The cosmic mind universe of one light of all knowing is all that is. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. That would make sense. Why did I forget Discord again? Good old Discord. One thumbs down. Yay, what's up? I bet that person's still watching. Oh, you think you're funny, buddy? Ha! Huh. You think you're funny? Guess what? Click. Yeah. See what he does about that. Let's hang out and wait until he notices. Did he notice yet? Did he notice yet? Did he notice yet? Gotta go alert the message. There's an infinite plane on the window. Calling for IPS. Calling for IPS. Phone call. Phone call for IPS. Please go to the white courtesy phone. Phone call for IPS. Does he understand who Harry Clinker is? You don't pass up a phone call from Harry Clinker. God damn it. So they just don't understand these days. They just don't understand. They want answers, and I give them answers, and they're not around. Come on. Gosh. I mean, live. Fuck. Shalom. Why does he pick up the phone? So we live in a duality, right? We cannot sense the cosmic universe of God's knowing, nor can we know the thought wave universe of God's thinking. The cosmic mind universe of the one light of all knowing is all that is. The vibrating thought wave universe of sensing merely seems. The vibrating thought wave universe of sensing merely seems. Okay. All right, I'm hip to that. All right, last call for IPS. Go to, I don't have the fucking link. What's the channel name? The Haunted House, live right now. Or something like that. The YouTubes. He's doing the YouTubes. He's doing the YouTubes. Doing the YouTubes live on the internet, on the net. Internets. He's downstairs on the internet all day long on the internet. We can know God. We cannot know his body, but we can see it. Likewise, we can know man. We cannot know the body of a man, but we can see it. What God is man is God and man are one. What God is man is God and man are one. I don't understand that fucking sentence. It's heavy. Man must know the universe of God for what it is instead of what his senses have made him believe it to be. Ooh, thank you. Talk about smashed in the face. Smash that like button. Oh. Hey, I didn't say you guys could leave messages in the chat room. Sleeping curvature? The moju? Ismail. Sleeping warrior. I am the sleeping warrior. Go kill him, man. He's fucking sleeping. I don't know. Sleeping warrior. Ah! All right. Okay, you guys can leave messages. Messages. But don't sub. The channel breaks open. No, this is just a sub grab. I'm actually not Haunted House. I'm God's perpetually creating electric wave universe. Not both of the moving lights, but only one, the dynamic one. Because as we all know, it forever moves. The cause is real, the effect is but a simulation of the reality. Man must know that this forever creating universe, it's not a creation, it's a creating universe, which seems so real to him, is but a cosmic cinema, conceived by the master playwright. It is but an electrically projected, spectrum-colored light and sound wave motion picture play of cause and effect, thrown on the black screen of imaged space and time. The cause is real, the effect is but a simulation of the reality. That's what the simulation, holy shit. The cause is real, the effect. The effect is but a simulation of the reality. The self of man is cause. His self-creating body is effect. The self of a man is cause. The self of man is cause. His self-creating body is effect. God's universe of magnetic light is static. God's perpetually creating electric wave universe of two moving lights is dynamic. It forever moves. The two moving lights are projected through each other from the static one to create the illusion of the idea they but manifest. The illusion which manifests the idea of creation through seeming motion is not the idea which is seemingly manifests. Creation is the product of mind knowing, expressed in form by mind thinking. Big difference between knowing and thinking right there. The product of mind is not the idea which it simulates. No idea of mind is ever created. It is but simulated by form and motion. That's okay. Now we're getting somewhere. The product of mind is not the idea which it simulates. No idea of mind is ever created. Wow, that's heavy. That's some heavy shit right there. The product of mind is not the idea which it simulates. No idea of mind is ever created. It is but simulated by form and motion. Idea is eternal and belongs to God's still universe of knowing. Form of idea in matter is transient, but is eternally repeated as transient form of idea. Holy shit. The foundation of the spiritual universe is stillness, the balanced stillness of the one magnetic light of God. Balanced stillness is the positive principle of stability and unity. In it, there are no negations. Haha, exactly. Nothing disappears. Nothing goes anywhere. It all goes forward. There's no such thing as death. Life is only a dream. We are an imagination of ourselves. Here's Tom with the weather. The foundation of the physical universe is motion, the ever-changing motion arising out of pairs of unbalanced conditions, which must forever move to seek the balanced stillness of unity, from which they sprang as multiple pairs of units. The still magnetic light universe of God's knowing is an invisible, unchanging, unconditioned, unmeasurable quality from which visible, changing, conditioned, and measurable qualities spring to simulate those qualities through two-wave motion. And here I thought all that simulation theory was gobbledygook. Goobly gobbledygook. There is no one word in any language to express that quality, so we must use many words, all having the same meaning but different connotations. These words are mind, consciousness, love, life, truth, desire, knowledge, power, balance, law, mind, conscious, life, truth, desire, knowledge, power, balance, law, power, knowledge, desire, truth, life, love, consciousness, and mind. The calm sea, for example, is an unchanging, unmeasurable quality of oneness, of sameness and stillness. Upon its calm surface, there is no change, nothing to count or to measure. The moment that quantities of waves spring from that quality of calm, those quantities can be measured. Likewise, they are forever changing, nor are there 2 points in them which are similarly conditioned. This creating electric universe is composed of moving light waves, which sprang from a calm sea of one still light. Everything that is of everything else that is. All things are indissolubly united. Every happening anywhere happens everywhere. Every happening anywhere happens. Every happening anywhere happens everywhere. Brain just cracked a little bit right there. The entire universe is one and must be kept in balance as one changes of condition in any one part or simultaneously. Exactly. All things extend from mind of me, and I am omnipresent. Say thou these things in word of man's knowing, for verily I say, I am within all things, without all things, and involved in all things, for I am everywhere. For I am omnipotent. I give all power to him who asketh, but no may ask it of me who is not aware of me. See thou to it that man well knoweth that, and manifest thou myself that principle of power in thine own works. And I also say that the imagined forms of my imagining have no being, for I alone have being. Hey, a freak show. Why don't you go explain sensation and consciousness to us? Come on. Come on, smartass. God is consciousness. Consciousness is static. Consciousness is knowing, is the knowing of mind knowing is static. Consciousness is the spiritual awareness of being. There you go. That works. Consciousness is the spiritual awareness of being, of all knowing, all power, and all presence. Man is the only unit in creation who has conscious awareness of the spirit within him, and electrical awareness of the dually conditioned light acting upon his senses. All other units of creation have electrical awareness only. So there's the difference. We have spirit and electricity. The rest just have electricity. Man alone can be freed from body to think with God, divine unification. to talk with God and be inspired by his centering light. All other units of creation are limited in their actions to automatic reflexes from sensed memories built up through the ages of sensing and recording such sensing as instinct. Likewise, the same confusion leads us to the adoption of such terms as subconscious mind and superconscious mind. There is only but one mind functioning universally within all creating things, and that one mind is not stratified nor divided into the more or less. There are no differing conditions of the one mind, nor are there different kinds of minds. That makes sense. God is the imaginer of his one idea. All imagining is God's imagining. All creating forms in this thought universe of God's imagining are built in the image of his imagining, creating in his image. Created in his image. Where did I hear that? Where did I hear that one? Louis wants attention. Well, duh, dude, you are fucking God. Completely you're saying it's completely useless to know that you're God? Yeah, but I'm honest about doing this. I'm here online, like saying something. And you're the guy who came along and said, that's useless, but stuck around for a reply, which indicates you need something that you believe might be here. You're one of 6, buddy. All forms in the creating universe are imagined forms, are but electric recordings of God's imaginings. They have no existence. Records of idea are not the idea they record. Records of idea are not the idea they record. I get this. This is the dual vortices. God's imaging never began and will never end. It was not created at some remote pastime by some vast cosmic event, as commonly believed, nor is it condemned to a heat death by expansion into nothingness. The Big Bang. That's the Big Bang. This is a creating universe, not a created one. God did not begin to imagine at some fixed time, for time does not exist. This light wave universe, which records God's knowing by his thinking and imagining, is as eternal as God's thinking is eternal. Inspiration is the language of light which man uses to talk with God. Inspiration is that deep awareness of the consciousness of being, which differentiates the genius or mystic from the being of average intelligence. He who attunes his heart to the messages of genius purifies himself. No impurity can there be in his heart, for verily he then is in communion with the Holy One. Inspired geniuses translate God's knowing into words of man for the soul of man. They uplift all mankind by re-inspiring all those who listen to their ecstatic words and rhythms. This is a great explanation of, I guess, the zone. Inspired geniuses forget their bodies while deeply conscious of their existence as holy mind. Their bodies, thus forgotten, act almost automatically in obedience to instinct on cell memory reflexes. Hey, Louie, I didn't mean to hit you so hard, buddy. There goes the mystic. Of all the mystics, Jesus was an outstanding example of all time. He was the only one in all history to have known complete cosmic consciousness, unity with God. There it is, folks. You want to understand the Bible? Hey, why'd they say all that stuff about that guy Jesus, about him being closed up, blah, 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 blah? Because he experienced an illumination, or being in the light, or in the spirit. In all of history, less than 40 cases of partial cosmic consciousness are known, and probably not more than 3 of these anywhere nearly approach the complete state of illumination experienced by the Nazarene. Cosmic consciousness is the ultimate goal of all mankind. All will know it before the long journey of man is finished. But there are many in this new age just dawning who are ready for it in part, if not fully. Many desire it fully, but it is best that it come bit by bit, for the complete severance because the complete severance is very dangerous. The ecstasy of this supreme experience is so great that one does not wish to come back. The power of severance of soul from body is within easy accomplishment, but to step back into the body is very difficult. The way to gradually attain cosmic consciousness is to intensify one's conscious awareness by much aloneness and companionship with God, while manifesting Him in every moment and in every task of life. Moment by moment, companionship with God brings with it so great a realization of oneness with Him that the transformation into that full realization of unity is apt to take place at any time. The deterrent to cosmic consciousness is the feeling that God is far away instead of being within, and that we can reach that far away God only through sources outside of ourselves, through NASA. He would interpret the rhythm of me in art, must walk his path in ecstasy, undiverted by deviations, that he may see me only and hear not by me. Should I keep going? No speaker. No speaker crazy talk, man. Hey, Marlon V, what's up? Sup, dude? Yes, that's perfect, Hoosier. That's exactly what it looked like. We got Swedish on the line. Hello, Sweden. Terry Klinka. How's my favorite Pink Floyd t-shirt dancing? You know, it seems like when people have hangouts on YouTube, like the more like nonsensical dumb shit you do, people are like, well, bam, 5,000 viewers, 100.
Did I mute myself? Oh, God. Did I mute myself? Oh, boy, what an idiot. Hey, Molly, can you hear me? Was I going for like a little while, then it just went silent? How long ago did that happen? Did the silence happen? Oh, shit. Was it like a while ago? Really? Or was it like a second ago, or was it like 10 minutes ago? Oh, shit. Hold on, fuck. 5, 2. Shit. All right.
Boom, 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 boom. So I just found out today that I'm banned from Nathan Oakley's channel. This drummer's clap. Why? I don't even know. So what, I don't feel like arguing with everybody? Fucking hey, man. So much hate. So much fucking vitriol. So let me see if I can invite some people. I don't know why it doesn't bring up people's names anymore. Shit, I might even take Lewis back. Can't be too careful these days, especially when you got guys like Patrick Marsden. Porn bomb him, dude. Dude, I porn bombed him. Oh, dude, I fucking porn bombed him and shit. And then like the porn came on the screen and then his channel was terminated. Dude, that's so awesome, man. What are you doing Saturday night? Probably the same thing. Oh, dude. I'm gonna go pop some zits and like I'll be there on the internet because I don't go out of my house. Neither do I. Holy shit. Dude, let's get some McDonald's. You get it and I'll get it and we'll simulate. Poncho Pete. So we got Earth Discernment. What the hell is that channel? Earth Discernment. Space videos, haunted house, 3 people. P Mars Poker. There, there you go, right there. God, what a stooge. What a stooge hole. Flat Earth Poker Vlog. Live Texas Hold'em. Discord link in description. Dork. Oh yeah, Dork. He's got... You gotta be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me. Nobody's watching anything right now. Nobody's even watching the tubing at some winter resorts. Look at all these shit webcams. Christ's sake. Bird feeder live stream. That I would watch. Wow. Wow, man. God damn, that's fucking annoying. Oh, damn. Let's get the fucking Mark Sargent, man. Where the hell is he? He's supposed to be calling me back. Oh, wait, hold on a sec. I know a guy named Carrie Stevens. Would you like to join Carrie Stevens? Ooh, that spelled his name very wrong. Oh, wait, let me send the link to Malin. Malin. Where you mailing that to? Okay. All right. Doing this here. Oh, my father's such a pain in the ass. Such a pain in the ass. It's that person who says things like, "Hey, your loss." What? We're talking about my law. Ugh, such a fucking downer. So, hang on a sec. So you guys want to talk about health and shit? Like, these are great. Alternative health. Illuminati. One eye. So apparently there's a exhibit, something called, well, it's been there forever. It's the Intrepid, which is a decommissioned aircraft carrier that's been parked at 46th Street. It's been docked there, not dry docked. It's still in the water. Been docked there for, I don't know, 40, 50 years. And they have a Concorde on the deck. Jews in space. I wish they had Jews in space. I almost put a Jew in space this morning, for Christ's sake. Hey, I almost put a Jew. I shouldn't be saying that shit live on air. Oh, anyway. But yeah, it's there. And I'm thinking about going to the exhibit because that would be pretty cool. To go see that. I'm anxious to see what's up with this whole. Everyone knows about this. This is a big one. This jet fuel hoax. This is a big one. Something's gonna happen here. Hey, Dan Winfield. I don't know why I'm banned Sleeping Warrior. I don't know. I sent the thing to Nathan. I don't know, maybe Dan Winfield, you know. I got banned from Nathan's argument session, daily argument debate. Not sure why. I never did anything to Nathan. I thought we were cool. But it just shows that you just don't know people. You know? You just don't know them. Man, I have this app called Magnet or Magnets, I think it's called. And basically, it allows you to do something with iOS, and position your windows like properly, kind of like I guess what Windows does, but it locks them into place so you can have like an even grid. They're not all like overlapped and all that shit. It said you are not you are unable to join this hangout, I think was the message. I have no idea. Yeah, good point. Do I know you, Sleeping Warrior? I don't think I've ever spoke to you before. I don't know. So let me do something fast right here. Yeah, that was what I was thinking. That means someone on the panel has you blocked. You know me as Anthony Riley, but I banned that channel. Oh, well, This is like weird. So if you're Anthony Riley, then yeah, we've spoken plenty of times. Oh, so Dan, you're corroborating that Sleeping Warrior is. You were on there this morning, right? I just don't know anymore. After getting porn bombed like that, it's just like why YouTube allows that feature where somebody could kick the host off. How? Hey, let's leave that in. Why? I don't know. It makes absolutely no sense why that feature would still exist. And when someone does this, there's nothing you can do about it. Nothing at all. I'm just going to change the I figured that. I didn't get my channel back. However, the main haunted house, I'll send you a link. I'll just put it in the thing real fast and then I'll retract it. So if you guys want to join in, just grab onto that right now. I'm going to take it away in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Why is it everybody says that link doesn't work for them? I think it might be your are you using Firefox or let me see something. Everyone always says that. They always say it doesn't work at first and then they try it again and then it works. Here, I'll try it again. Okay, somebody just jumped in.
Hey.
All right, there you go.
Hey.
What's up, Anthony Riley? Look at that hair.
How you doing, man?
Nice, man. You look like my friend. Same.
Yeah, I'm in the middle of decorating at the minute, so my hair's not really the highest of priorities. As you see, we have a load of junk behind me, and we're swapping rooms. We have one room that was the office, that was like the small box room that everyone designates as the office, and we ended up inheriting a dog, a third dog. So awesome. When we have one dog under my feet and one dog under her feet, the other dogs then got nowhere to sleep or to rest.
What kind of dog is it?
Huh?
What kind of dog is it?
A little Westie.
Is it around? Yeah, I love Westie.
Tilly, come here. There she is.
Oh my God, I gotta present that. What a gorgeous girl. Oh, so cute. What's her name?
This one's called Tilly. She's a rescue.
Tilly's, yeah.
She's a massive victim, and she plays on it all the time. When we got her, she had like no fur on her belly, and all around her groin she had no fur. And she was burnt by her own urine because she was left in her own like excrement and stuff, and it burnt her. Yeah. She was dead skinny. She had no meat on her whatsoever. But now she's a big, massive frog. She's massive, but she hasn't got over the psychological trauma of being a reject because she was rejected. They bred her twice in 2 consecutive seasons, and obviously that takes its toll. But they didn't give her a season of rest. Once she had the second litter, they got rid of her. So,
yeah, good day. Thank you for rescuing her.
Yeah, I'm pro animals, man. I still eat my meat, but I don't think I could ever be vegan. But
I tried it too. When I got my dog a couple of years ago, I was like, I can't do it anymore. It just doesn't feel right. And then you start to slip and fall into it. But I'm not like, I don't like go for steak. If I had an option, I'll go for it still.
Sure.
You know? I just look over at him and I'll see him. He'll eat anything. And he's a Bichon poodle. But same thing, like white, fuzzy. He's a fuzzy bear. He's tank dog too. When you pick him up and it's just like what the hell are you? You're like this tank, this like skin tank with a head. Love
yeah, my three, I've got three that one's 12. They're all Westies. One's 12, and then the other two are about 2. And they're good as gold, generally. The one that's 12 is a grumpy old man now. He's getting grumpy because he's getting old. So he growls a lot. He doesn't really fight them, but he growls a lot. And
he's probably all bark.
Yeah, he will fight with them if we don't separate them. We have to control them, but generally he's okay. But they don't like the postman. They don't like the milkman. They don't like anybody that's, generally knocking at the door. But other than that, they're all good.
He goes nuts. He goes nuts for that. But he's good. He's not a barking dog. Doesn't really bark that much. He's a highly protective little guy, though. Holy shit. So tell me, what's the latest contention of flat Earth? Like, what are they trying now?
Well, they don't like the Isle of Man observation. It's come to a crescendo now. It's come to a conclusion, and basically it's the application of the infamous "what you see here is a mirage." That's where it's come to. That's where we're at. Because there is no logical explanation. They have to argue that it's refraction and then non-standard refraction and then magic amounts of refraction to bring everything back. But there's loads of contentious topics, but they don't like it because Nathan used to have an approach which was, if you come into chat, then we'll talk, but we're going to stay on topic and we're going to get to a conclusion and we're going to get to a point where one of us either admits that they might have it wrong or at least accepts that there's no evidence to prove the point. And they don't like it, so they're keeping away now. So we're not getting the trolls anymore that obfuscate the point. We're getting people that genuinely are interested in the shape of the Earth, be it ball side or flat side. They're asking the right questions and we're having conversation. We're not having fights. It's really good.
Let me ask you a question. If there was a proof, and it's a strange little conundrum. If there was a proof, what would it be? I can't think of it. I guess, and I've already worked out the issue with a photograph or like vision perspective from really, really, really high up. And I'm not going with any 8,000, all the numbers are crapshoot in my book. We don't know shit. Our perspective, we're so trained to look at GPS, but I call it GPS vision, the top-down perspective over a digital map where that road goes that way. So with that logic, if that road goes that way, then it must go all the way that way. And if that's the case, all the states are aligned. But when you're in the forest, if you're out in a field, you can't see shit. This digital perspective top-down thing is very false, in my opinion. It's very misleading, and it's nothing we should ever really reference. I don't think maps are possible. I don't think maps are accurate. I think they're really just like government-approved estimates that people don't even need, because you would never really need to know anything further than your 50-mile radius, your life experience radius, I call it. Like, only thing that matters to me is, I would say, anything within my 50-mile radius. Everything else is extraneous. I don't know what's going on. I don't trust the media. So it's a simplified kind of take on things.
To answer your question,
what would be the thing you need?
For me, it's simple. It's one proof, right? Tim Osman, I call him Dim Osman. Oh, just so that you know, Nathan's just come live on Skype. I've sent him the link because you had it on public before. If he follows it in and he catches up with us, then you can ask him whatever. But he's fine with the link. He'll not share it. But to answer your question, if you look south from Australia and either South Africa or America, if you look south at the same time as the other guy looking south, you should both see the same time. And it should twist. And that's the proof that we need.
Oh, hey, what's up, Nathan? Mr. Let's Ban Haunted House.
You got to be quick, man. You got to be quick.
Did you see like my messages today?
I did. I was just watching the Hangout back, and I did see them after the fact. So no, during the show,
I was like, what the
got a
fuck?
notice. I'd have just let you. I'd have given you a few more seconds, but I don't know. You just don't know if somebody's avatar's been nicked just so they can join and snipe everyone. And after about 20 minutes of Anthony trying to get the guests back, I thought I'm not going to risk it, so I kicked you. Sorry.
You know what it was? It was I did come in with I came in with this channel, which is like a third backup channel. So it wasn't the normal haunted house and lower as one word, lowercase. That's the main channel that I've had since 2006.
Right.
It's got like 500 to 600 subscribers. That's going to become, I guess, unbanned or come off strike on the 15th or the 16th. But the other one was it's because I play music all the time. But the last time, I don't know what it was. I think it might have been a topical thing. Not even really sure. I played that guy, that artist, King Cruel. I don't know if you heard of him. He's a British guy. He's getting really popular. He's great. Got a huge voice. His name's oh fuck, what's his name? He's got a really interesting name, but the dude is like maybe 150 pound, skinny, redhead, British dude who's got a voice like 10 Rick Astley's. You know, like Rick Astley's, he doesn't look, the voice that comes out of him or what he tries to put out is like a Barry White kind of thing. But this dude, it's like a beast. When I first heard one of his singles, I was like, holy shit, this guy, I pictured like a big, hairy Brazilian guy or something like that with a deep voice. He says register is very low baritone. Then I saw the video and was like, what? But he pulls it off.
Do you know that Rick Astley's still performing?
I believe it. I love the Rick roll thing.
He lives in the town next to me, and he was one of the key places that you do public venues. It's called Haydock Racecourse. It's literally around the corner from his house because he still lives locally. And obviously, Never Gonna Give You Up, Never Gonna Let You Down is the song that everybody knows. But not many other people realize that he's got like 2 other albums. And basically, he lives right around the corner from Haydock Racecourse. He performed there. He drove himself there. He drove himself home. And he's still there, still doing the circuit. And it's mad to see. And he went to, like, he didn't go to my school. He went to the school next to my school. But that's my claim to, one of my claim to fame. Rick Astley lives around the corner from me. Great.
He's probably making loads of cash off the royalties. I don't know if he wrote those songs, but I don't even think it would matter. Just the amount of exposure they have.
Yeah.
But hey, what do you guys have to say about this? Since we can see the stars, they're close.
Agreed.
They're not far away, because if they were, we couldn't see them.
Correct. They're subject to the inverse square law. The further something gets away, the less that light gets to our eye, and basically it disappears. There is a vanishing point that can't see stuff.
And the phenomena of light is still misunderstood. You can listen to Ken Wheeler and try to understand, but what he's talking, his description of it isn't it. You know, it's like light out the window is an experience. It's not a thing. It's not a thing that travels. Like when I turn a flashlight on, the beam doesn't go like that's
Correct.
Not happening. Yeah, it's waveform that reproduces itself infinitely. It doesn't need, it's a change in atmospheric conditions. I think it's instantaneous. And whenever it happens, when the change occurs, it occurs everywhere, all at once. It's not registerable. But then someone will say sound waves travel and there's a speed, which that I don't even believe, because I understand the Doppler effect. But I think that's just some kind of psychoacoustic phenomena that's happening.
I think sound waves, you can see sound waves when you see a heavy bomb explode. You can see the shock wave go out and the sound follows it soon afterwards.
Sound is air.
Yeah, it's the movement of air, right? I think sound is something that moves. Light, I agree with you. I mean, the argument that the ballers have is Riley thinks that the stars. Like the argument is that the way I see it, and I'm sure you'll agree, but your eyes focus on the thing that's in the distance, and you can see that by the iris change. If that thing was beyond the vision of your eye, you wouldn't be able to focus on it. And we know that our eyes can see for so far, and then you can't see beyond that point. We know that light has this thing called this vanishing point where the light no longer gets to your eye. However, my source for that has been removed off. I challenged somebody to get it removed because he didn't like it, and it magically went missing. The document I used to reference to describe this, now it doesn't appear online, which is annoying because he managed to get it rumbled, and I was like, God damn you, bitch. But there is a vanishing point that we can't see beyond, and
there's a screen. We all have a life experience, just for lack of better terms, a life experience screen, and it's like a big flat, we'll say flat screen TV that reaches maybe almost like 180 degrees, I want to say, but I can't really, I don't have detail over here until I get to about 30 degrees. Then I can sort of make it out, only because I know what, I know where my hands are. But since our eyes are curved in a way, I don't think eyeballs are really balls either. I think it's more like a almost like a sheet of, what is it, conjunctiva, the whiteness. It's almost like a layer, kind of like if you were to draft proof a window, you'd put like that saran wrap stuff. It's like a membrane. And maybe it goes all the way back. I don't really think so. I don't think that's the way the eyeball is. But anyway, since it's curved, that's how we're going to have life, our experience represented to us. We see the tip of, we're seeing out of the tip of it, I believe. And I found this thing.
I think you're right when you say the light does not come to your eye. The eye can either see it or it can't. I don't think this photons thing I think it's bullshit, me, to be honest, the photons argument. Photons hit your sense.
Yeah, it's like, show me a photon.
Yeah, they don't exist. It's sci-fi.
This thing, some guy threw a TV out a long time ago, and I found not really a Fresnel lens.
Magnifier for a CRT TV.
Yeah, it was one of those old. Those projectors, by the way, I took this TV apart, like literally on the side of the road. Those projectors are really cool. Like, this was an expensive unit, and they were so well built. I didn't know what to do with them, though. I had no use for them.
Oh, so it's from a rear projection TV. It's the front screen of a rear projection TV. I see. Yeah, they were terrible. You could only watch them like straight on. As soon as you went off axis, you couldn't see it anymore.
Stick a candle behind that and see what it does.
You grabbed it. I have a flashlight.
More to it with that sort of screen, actually, because it's
like,
for
you guys like gear, right?
Yeah.
You know how many headlamps I've been through until I got this one? It's a Scan Grip is a company that produces like really hoity-toity, like highbrow LED stuff. This one is like, look at that. It's all rubberized, weatherproof, IP67 rated, I believe. It charges, no batteries, none of that bullshit. And the little battery cover's got the little connection there so it doesn't fall out. Contoured perfectly for the head. It's got, I think it's about 200 and so lumens. It's got this little, oh wait, no. Which is a little bit tough to deal with because if I'm doing something in front of me, it's like, whoosh, whoops. Whoosh.
Doing it. You're putting my kid to sleep.
And now we see a lighthouse.
Let me present my screen. There we go.
Yeah, I love that.
If I bend it.
Stick the LED on the shelf behind you.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
And then just play with the lens, the focal range of the lens.
What it's doing is kind of weird. It's giving a surface for the light to actually hit and stay on, but then you're looking at the surface, so it's literally projecting onto the back side of it. And although you can see through it, being what's being presented on that screen, as opposed to the light from behind. So as the light gets more diffuse, as it gets wider, as he sets it behind you, you'll see the end result projected onto the screen, but you're actually looking at the screen. Does that make sense?
Well, it's the pattern in the plastic is circular. Like you can kind of see the gradations like here. That's the arc.
If you can just drop it out of the way a second, sorry, if you just drop it out of the way, so while it's on, there you go, cool.
This way is actually.
And if you move it towards and away from, you'll get a different lensing effect.
Ooh, that one's cool there. That looks like the sun is melting. Like it's like a snowman kind of.
This is effectively kind of like the sun behind the firmament, and it's how we see the sunlight.
Doesn't that look like a white hole, or what do they call it? Like a black hole, like in space? That little tail.
It looks like the sun in the sky.
They had white holes on an episode of Red Dwarf. They were the opposite of black holes, so they would spew time back into the universe.
Looks just like the sun, to be honest. Now it looks like an eye. Yeah, it's well cool, that.
This effect.
I'm a kangaroo down, sport.
Hey, look at that. Okay, I'm keeping it completely flat. And if I move it closer, it rises up. Maybe that's the angle of the camera.
Wow.
No,
there you
no,
go.
what the sun does?
Yeah, that's quite cool. That's really interesting.
Oh, wait. No, it's down in my basement.
You need to start doing some experiments with that and seeing what you can do.
Yeah, I have a few high-powered lights.
Wow, that's a really cool sunrise and sunset.
I have a light, which should be right here. Yes, I do have it. This is, without a doubt,
wow.
the hottest.
Did you notice the apparent position compared to the actual position then?
Well, it seems like the lights, well, obviously the light source isn't moving, but this atmospheric phenomena gives us. Okay, check this thing out. I should hook up my webcam. Get better.
Just a normal incandescent bulb, presumably, yeah?
I got this thing at a thrift store. It was like $10.
Does it plug into your Siggy lighter? What's the power connector on it?
Oh, it's just a regular Edison. Like a two-prong. Okay. Not polarized.
What we're looking at, I can't quite read it.
It says ASA film speed index. Basically, this is for taking pictures. It's got like a chart. If the speed index is 40, you got to put your f-stop at 16 feet at 2.8. But the lamp is, I think, 650 watts. The heat that comes off this thing, like this is like almost like a headlight. I can only keep it on for a few seconds, but it is bright. It could probably melt this thing.
It's so cool having that perspex.
All right. What is this?
Yo. Yeah.
Like that's it's since.
Okay, here we go.
Oh,
What are you gonna do? You're gonna stick it on the chair again?
It'll probably burn through the
I was
vinyl.
gonna say.
Wow, it's not focused enough. Holy shit. Wow, the heat coming off this thing is insane. I don't know if you guys can actually see the, okay, that. I just melted my laptop. Wow, that looks like an authentic sun right there. I don't think the sun is hot either.
Okay.
That would be incandescent heat. Heat generated by, ooh, that's nice. Little glow. Fuck, my eyes are like completely, I'm getting like the purple floater, purple and blue little spots.
How worth it?
But I usually have like 16 flashlights around here ready to go. But yeah, so I think with something focused, firing right at this thing from I don't know, maybe like 10, 20 feet, like a nice 1,000 lumen spotlight or something like that, that can be with a focused spot, it'd be fun.
No, man. So far, the best has been LED headlight thing. Headlight, head strap light.
Yeah, that just looks like a sunset or a sunrise. Do you think that we live in some kind of pressurized environment that's got some kind of bubble around us, like a dome or something?
Well,
yeah, something like that.
Just before you move, a really good demo. On the debates, one of the sequences that I play is just a time lapse of a sunrise, and exactly as you just showed, it gets bigger initially and then just rise up. That's what it did, at least in that particular video, and that's what it does when you just showed it with the lens. So as you start to go away from the light seems to appear bigger, but then as you got closer and closer, it doesn't actually change size, but it does rise up.
Right. And that, I think, was, I don't know if it's because I'm holding it just about the same height as the little camera on the laptop. But I think what's happening is this is projecting like this in a cone kind of thing. We'll say it's going upwards and that. It's projecting like that way.
Yeah.
All coming out of here. So we see the spot as the spot we can consider as the sun. But all the rest of it, as the atmosphere moves, makes it travel in this sort of radial fashion.
I like that a lot. Yeah.
You know, because I do think it's a steady source that appears moving because the atmosphere is moving. I mean, after all, can science really test something it can't get its hands on? And, what are the limits? Like, what are the stipulations about that? Like, what can the science police allow that kind of thing? To make assumptions about something so far away. And what's 93 million miles? What does that look like? How did they get 93 million miles?
It's based on a scale, isn't it? It's based on I think they've got the scale. I just think the numbers in the scale are completely wrong. I think the sun has to be 93 million miles away to explain the proximity of the moon. Because if the sun's any closer, the moon's going to be right on our doorstep from a distance point of view. Now they say it's 200.
I think 200 to 300 miles.
Yeah, I don't think it's much. I mean, it's definitely less than 1,000, but it's.
Yeah.
If you look at the moon, it's nowhere near 240. Do you think your eyes can resolve a crater that NASA tells us is 40 miles wide without any magnification from Earth? Can you balls? 40 miles is microscopic at that distance, which is the age-old problem of scale, which the ballers are so rubbish at doing. They can't do scale at all.
It's almost like if somebody had a proof in mind, they would have to come from the place of the experiencer. They would have to have experienced that proof in order to justify that's the one that's going to prove anything.
Math Powerland's whole argument: if you've never seen the Earth as a sphere, how can you possibly accept that the Earth is a sphere? You've never seen a vantage point.
I bet he stole that from me.
You bet he stole it from you.
He stole Flat Earth infomercial. I left a comment on one of his things. I was like, "This is like a Flat Earth infomercial," and I think his girlfriend saw it. And that's what he started calling it. But I was telling people, my thing was, we only experience the globe on page and on screen, never physically. We're never going to physically experience any kind of globe structure.
Yeah, the only way they could ever prove a globe. The only way they can prove a globe is two observers, one in the south of America, one in the south of like Africa or Australia. Both look south at the same time, see the same set of stars, just in a different angle, different rotation point. That's the only way to prove it. And I'd be gobsmacked. Well, why doesn't that evidence already exist? I mean, for me, that's like black and white. It would prove it. It is a ball. But that evidence isn't there. They think it's there based on logic and reason, but it isn't actually there.
Yeah, they put too much faith in other people, other institutions. Like, why? Why do they deny themselves their own intelligence? And that's what it is. It's the self-inflicted guilt, self-inflicted shaming of their own brain. It's like, I can't possibly have the answers. Me? Who am I to say things are what they are?
The classic definition of scientism, isn't it? An overbelief in the credibility of science.
Right. And that really stems from nowhere.
Isn't it funny that the easiest position is to accept that we live on a ball? It's very easy to accept that. But when you look into the mechanics of how it does or does not work critically, you realize it doesn't make any sense. So is it down to your own ignorance, or is it down to something else? And initially you suspect it's your own ignorance, so you start questioning and doubting yourself. And then once you go through that phase, you end up on the other side and think, no, it's not me being idiotic here. It's literally the case that it doesn't make sense. And they all think that they've all got their own perceptions of what they consider to be strong evidence. But when you apply critique to it and see what happens when you push it and see if you can break their model, they don't like it when their model breaks. And you can do it quite easily depending on what their viewpoint is on certain topics. The stars is a good example. But going back to the question, what do you think we live in a pressurized dome kind of encasement, or do you think that there's some other explanation?
I think there's absolutely some kind of explanation. And I think we can, to me, it seems laughable. What rockets have to do with space? It's like, why would you take a rocket to space when you could hop in a balloon or some kind of container, something hermetically sealed that can float you slowly, which I think is the proper way to get up to like a high altitude, so you can gradually depressurize. I'm guessing. Take it, and it's already been done. It was done by people a long time ago. Just watch watch that movie Operation Manhigh. And that was the one with the tests to see how high up they can go and what would happen, what would the effects of high altitude on human being. And it doesn't cost anything. They're so hell-bent on this explosive charade, this parade, and it's all just a play for it's the pomp and not pomp and circumstance, it's the pageantry,
the drama.
Yeah, the drama, the show. They got to put on the circus, which is NASA. And now Elon Musk with all the crowd noises. I mean, someone had to have picked up. There must have been someone biting their nails like, I told him the crowd noise is too high, but he didn't listen to me. You know, it sounded like 4 Super Bowls going on at once. Because somebody at work was listening to it, and I was like, what the fuck is that? Like, that's an intense crowd I'm hearing over in the distance. And it didn't break at all. It didn't breathe. It was like, ah!
I think,
holy shit, SpaceX! Blah!
I think SpaceX is advertised as promotional material aimed at the millennial kids, the kids that were born in the 90s and the noughties, the zeros. Because if you listen to NASA when they're talking to high school kids or primary school kids, they tell us that the highest that we can get right now is low Earth orbit, right? So essentially what they're saying is that the Apollo moon landings didn't actually take place. And then they say, no, we said now, meaning that the equipment that they used to have to get to Apollo doesn't exist anymore. Now, that's what they tell the kids. But then you look at SpaceX and it's all happy clappers. It's almost like praise and worship in a church.
And they're not lying, by the way.
You've gone silent again.
You know, it's gone.
Sorry, say that again.
That technology isn't.
Dun, dun, dun.
So he's dropped, not me. Am I still here, Nath?
Yeah, we're still there. We're still live.
All right, so until Haunted House gets back, I'll just address Dawn. Right, Dawn, 2 rotation points in the sky doesn't prove anything about the shape of the Earth. All it proves is that there are 2 rotation points in the sky, and that can be explained on a flat plane equally as much as it can be on a ball. What I want to see is 2 observers in the south looking south at the same time and seeing the same set of stars rotating in the sky just at a different angle. That's what's needed to prove a ball. Otherwise, it's not a ball, and that evidence doesn't exist. So until it actually does exist and we can see it, then it's not a ball. It's just 2 rotation points in the sky, and that's about it. My comp rebooting. So you are saying there is 2 rotation points in the sky above FE. I don't know. When I looked into the stars when I was first into this, I found 3 different versions of the stars in the southern skies. The first one was the stars appeared to traverse the night sky in like a drift. Secondly, I saw that they were egg-shaped, the stars are going around this rotation point, this apparent rotation point, egg-shaped. And then finally, I started to see what looked like stars in the northern skies, just didn't have a central rotation point star. And it got confusing. So it seems to be full of disinformation. And I don't think that anybody can honestly say that they can show the southern rotation points, because there's too much evidence out there that contradicts it, and it's confusing. And I can understand entirely why Antonio misidentified the rotation point in the south as the north, because they both look the same. So I don't know what Nate's view is, but for me, it's inconclusive. There's too much disinformation on the stars in the southern skies.
The heliocentric model does model them well, though.
Yeah, models aren't reality.
Sure. Still.
Laugh my ass off. You agreed stars appear at different elevations depending on latitudes. Correct. Do you understand how perspective works? The further away an object gets, it goes towards the horizon. Does the exact same thing. They're indistinguishable. You can't tell the difference between the 2. There are clearly 2 celestial poles. It does not matter if there isn't a star that is visible to the naked eye near the point. I agree. There are 2 rotation points. I wouldn't call them celestial poles because we don't have an axis to rotate around unless you can prove that there is. I agree that a star doesn't need to be in the middle.
I reckon we've got 2 minutes before this hangout will shut itself down.
Pardon?
I reckon we've got 2 minutes before this hangout will shut itself down.
Yeah, so he's got to get back in quicker.
Haunted House channel. If you've not subscribed already, I think it's a new one.
I don't think Odin won. Odd one in. I don't think Odd one in understands what debunking is. A rotation point isn't the same as saying that we spin. Because the sky can be spinning, or we can be spinning. They can't prove that we're spinning. So it must be the sky. Riley admits there's most probably 2 rotation points in the sky above flat Earth. I honestly don't know. I would need to go down and see it myself because there's too much disinformation about, in my opinion. Too many people say one thing, and yeah, maybe it appears that there may well be one there. But it's whether they can be seen when looking south at the same time that makes it a ball.
Yeah, subscribe to this channel because I think it's a new haunted house. He had a copyright strike. So hit that subscribe button if you haven't already.
Unless you're odd one in, you don't need to subscribe.
Yeah, you need to subscribe too. Very important. Thanks to Haunted House for having us, even though he's not here. He's got a computer issue. Thank you for showing us your demo with your rear projection screen lens. Very nice.
We get to find out how good his PC is now because he's got about 1 minute. Oh, he's back.
Oh, I'm finding out your show for you.
Are you back?
Yeah. Yeah, my computer's is spontaneously restarting.
Your computer spontaneously.
You joined and then dropped in. So we get another 5 minutes though, which is always nice. Oh no, there we go.
Control room.
You're all good. We see you. You're still running live.
You are in a moderated video call. Did I come in on the same channel? I wonder. The video call.
I think you're coming on a different channel. So it might still end in a minute.
Oh shit, you're right. What's my I gotta see my avatar. I gotta shut my camera off to know what the hell. Let me hop out and see if I can switch.
Yeah, you won't get back in time. Thanks for watching. See you all soon. Subscribe to 1980.
Wait.
Well, we're still live.
Oh, I'm still joining my own fucking hangout. We're not in circles. Why are we not?